An Alabama man has passed away in a Destin hospital after the surgeon removed the wrong organ. How did this happen? So we've got civil and possible criminal charges being considered after the death of this Alabama man. Whew. He was supposed to have his spleen removed. The doctor removed his liver. That is on the other side of the body, y'all. It caused immediate and catastrophic blood loss, resulting in death. So, William Bill Bryan, 70, and his wife Beverly are from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. They were visiting their condo in Destin in Okaloosa County when Bill began experiencing pain in his left side. He was admitted to Ascension Sacred Heart Emerald Coast Hospital in Miramar Beach over suspected medical problems with his spleen. The Bryan family's attorney, Joe Sarzar, in Pensacola says General Surgeon Dr. Thomas Shaknovsky and the hospital's chief medical officer, Dr. Christopher Bacani, persuaded the Bryans not to return home for the surgery, but to have it in Florida, even though they were reluctant. So here they are. It's one of the most egregious cases of medical malpractice that I've ever been involved with. The doctors kept suggesting that it was too dangerous to move him, that his spleen could rupture, and they needed to go forward with the procedure. According to medical records, on August 21st, 2024, Shaknovsky proceeded with a hand-assisted laparoscopic splenectomy procedure. During the operation, Shaknovsky removed Bryan's liver, and in doing so, transected the major vasculature supplying the liver, causing immediate and catastrophic blood loss that resulted in Bill Bryan's death. Y'all. His wife, Beverly, obviously is devastated. As a nurse herself, her first inclination was to return home, where she said doctors were ready and waiting to treat him. She said Dr. Shaknovsky convinced her it was too dangerous because her husband might bleed to death if he was moved. Instead, he bled to death in the operating room just 2 days before their wedding anniversary. I know I'm not the only wife that has lost her husband suddenly, but the loss of my Bill was exceptionally unnecessary and brutal. Our family and community is devastated by what's happened, and we feel that it is our duty to spread awareness and warn others. According to medical records, the surgeon apparently did not realize his mistake at the time of the surgery and proceeded with labeling the removed liver specimen as a spleen. After the procedure, he told Beverly Bryan that the spleen was so diseased that it was 4 times bigger than usual and had migrated to the other side of his body. What? Typical human anatomy dictates that the liver naturally exists on the opposite side of the abdominal cavity and is several times larger than the spleen, said the attorney, Sarzar. The attorney. Goes on to say, it wasn't until the pathologist examined Bryan's tissue that the organ that had been removed was identified as his liver as opposed to his spleen. The family was also told that Bill's spleen, the root of his original symptom profile upon presentation to the hospital, was still in his body and appeared with a small cyst on its surface. After the autopsy, the mass turned out to be a cyst that had ruptured and bled around it, said Beverly. He hadn't lost too much blood to live or even be transfused. Man. As Sarzar's legal team began looking into Bryan's death, they also discovered that this was not the first time Dr. Shaknovsky had mistakenly operated on the wrong part of a person's body. In a previous wrong site surgery in 2023, Sarzar said the surgeon mistakenly removed a portion of a patient's pancreas instead of performing the intended adrenal gland resection at the same hospital. This case was settled in confidence, and the doctor remained a surgeon at this hospital as recently as August 2024. He said it's uncertain whether he continues to have privileges even now. Oh my goodness. Seriously. No way. I can't tell you whether he's practicing medicine as of today, but I know he's been around in the last week or so, said Sarzar. I think the major concern for me, and the reason I feel like a press release was necessary, was that this doctor was still treating patients and apparently still has access to hospitals and operating rooms, which I don't think he should. Absolutely he should not. John Oliver did a whole thing about doctors and the licensing and people operating with charges against them, perhaps. Anyways, oh, there should be a data bank, just like there should be for the police. Okay, makes it hard to breathe. Okay, deep breaths. When reached for comment, representatives with the hospital released the following statement. We take allegations like this very seriously, and our leadership team is performing a thorough investigation into this event. Ascension Sacred Heart Emerald Coast has a long-standing history of providing safe, quality care since the hospital opened its doors in 2003. Patient safety is and remains our number one priority. Our thoughts and prayers remain with the family. We hold the privacy of our patients in the highest regard. We do not comment on specific patient cases or active litigation. Beverly Bryan goes on to say she would like to see both criminal and civil cases filed over her husband's death because she says she doesn't want to see Shignofsky treating any more patients. His mistake cost her Bill's life and took from their family a devoted husband, father, and grandfather, and an avid Alabama football fan. They had to throw that in, didn't they? Okay. He was a retired boilermaker, said Beverly. Worked hard all his life. Okay, yes. Sarzar has not filed a medical malpractice lawsuit yet because Florida law requires parties to go through a pre-suit period where they determine if the issue can be resolved without filing a lawsuit. This process normally takes 6 to 9 months. In the meantime, the Walton County Sheriff's Office is also looking into Bill Bryan's death. So it goes on to Walton County Sheriff's Office, in conjunction with the District 1 Medical Examiner's Office and the Office of the State Attorney, is reviewing the facts involving the death of William Bryan to determine if anything criminal took place. At this time, it would be incorrect to say criminal charges have been filed. Our agency asked for the public's patience as these cases are extremely complex and take time to investigate. The only reliable source of information regarding any criminal case will come from our office. Man. Y'all, don't forget to hit those buttons over there. I hope your day doesn't suck. Healthcare should not be for profit. Okay, love y'all. Did I already say I hope your day doesn't suck? Okay, love y'all. Bye.